Hi Gemini, and welcome to your 2019 yearly tarot forecast. This tarot reading is going to encompass all positive messages. Not to say that there is nothing, challenging that's coming your way in 2019, but the focus of this reading is going to be on the positive things taking place for you in 2019. So, Gemini, let's see which house is going to be impacted the most for you in 2019. Which area of your life is going to be improved for the positive the most? Okay, so you got 6th house. Aquarius and Aries both received this, Gemini. And this coming out, 6th house is like our routines, the daily. It's our health, our work, our habits, the way we go about things. It's the 6th house is ruled by Virgo. So, it seems more of like the mundane things, just our everyday duties, life, etc. However, this coming out being what's going to be impacted the most for the positive, Gemini, this is like a big change in your life somewhere. All right, to pinpoint exactly, very difficult to say. First of all, this is a general reading, but also it says here, the 6th house, the work, health, and duty area of your life. So, this here is where, the majority of you will probably be impacted, but this is a general reading. So could be outside of those boundaries, okay? Some of you, this could be romance. Some of you, this could be patterns of behavior that are not really serving you, and you're about to break those. Some of you could be deciding to take on a whole new perspective in 2019 with your health, your diet, exercising, the way you take care of your body. Some of you may be deciding to change your career entirely, or the universe is setting things up just so that you kind of stumble into a new career path in 2019. So Gemini, big change for you in some area of your life, but in a very positive way. So let's see what's going on within you. Nice, you guys got the sun, and I think Aquarius or Aries also received this with their 6th house. Wow, Gemini, yes. Big change for you guys. Big improvement coming into your life at some point in 2019. With the sun there, that says your immortal spirit, purpose, and destiny is involved. Gemini, big changes and improvements. This is just part of your life journey. It's natural. It's going to just unfold organically. So any changes you're just feeling really convicted within to make about your life, people you're hanging out with, different habits you have, whatever it is for you personally, if you're really just like, it's haunting you, it's just in your face, that's the universe really trying to bring to light. Hey Gemini, make this change that you feel I'm pulling you towards, or take this leap of faith, take a risk. Do not be afraid, because this is your next step. This is how you evolve. This is how big shift and change comes in your life, and you have to be 100% active and participational and on board, for whatever's coming your way. Don't hold back. Also, with the 6th house and the sun paired up, those of you who have really been struggling with some health issues, low energy, maybe getting like a lot of flus and colds and things like that, it looks as though 2019 is giving you a much higher energy to work with. So I see many of you naturally feeling better, but also others of you, it's like you're seeking out different things to help improve the way you're feeling. You might start tackling your diet. What are you eating, and how could that be related to any sort of illness that you've been struggling with, or herbs, alternative medicines. Also with this, it's like some of you breaking out into Eastern beliefs, not being so practical about everything. Gemini being the 3rd house, ruled by Mercury, very analytical sign, very intelligent sign. And You know, when you guys get on board with a certain belief system that makes absolute sense and you see the proof of it, you know, that this is effective, this works, then that becomes, you know, your concrete fixed idea about a certain subject because it's proven itself as accurate to you. Well, many of you, what's going to take place in 2019 is ideas and things that don't seem exactly logical to you, the way that other ideas that are cemented deep within you, you know, were processed. It's like you're branching off. You're willing to go more into those nebulous, unknown places, kind of taking a leap of faith, believing in the unseen, being much more open to alternative forms of like medicine and healing and beliefs, and like dabbling in a bunch of different religions, not because you're looking to join a religion or change your belief system, but a deep curiosity of why have all these people attached to this specific belief system, this religion? What is it about this religion, you know, that really just pulls people in and makes them change their whole lifestyle, etc.? It's like that, where you're just very curious about so many different things, and through that curiosity, it's opening your mind, expanding your consciousness, which allows you to really stretch into a new form of yourself. And in that new form, it's a higher vibration, and in that higher vibration, Gemini, that's where we're naturally inspired to start making changes in our life. Here's a really generic example of this. As I began my awakening spiritual journey, like really just opening up to myself, my gifts, the universe, energy, what it's all about, there was a certain drink that I just naturally stopped wanting. Oh my gosh, I'm not even proud of this, but I used to love Diet Pepsi all the time, like 24/7. No coffee, no water, no nothing. I just loved Diet Pepsi, like, oh my gosh. And then as I began my, you know, journey, I never thought to myself, I need to stop drinking Diet Pepsi. I never, ever was in my head that I need to do that. But it was just like naturally I shifted and I didn't want it anymore. I truly didn't. And I started drinking tea instead. So Gemini, some changes, it's like that natural to you, where you've been doing this for so long, but all of a sudden, it's like it's just not good. Like your favorite fried dish of food you live for. I love whatever it is, okay? It's fried and it's greasy and it's delicious and it's the kind of food you eat after a hangover, right? And then all of a sudden you wake up and you're like, oh my God, I don't want that. Like, I really don't want that, and you're craving some fruit or something, okay? That's like what's going to happen to some of you, and I'm just using food as an example so you understand. Like, this could be in relationships, this could be a job you've been in forever, and you always kind of thought you would just stay there, and that's where you saw yourself, and now, all of a sudden, Gemini, you're coming to new understandings, and with the sun there, it's like things coming to light in a new way, new perceptions about your relationships, people, your life experiences, what you want, where you're headed, just a whole plethora of things, Gemini. I don't feel like this is just one area of your life. This is like a big time overhaul because it's 6th house and the sun. So let's pull some more cards because I like this, Gemini. I really do. All right, so over here on 6th house, look at that. We have karma. Enough said. It's, again, for many of you, a very organic, very natural changes taking place where it's just part of your journey. Like, you've done your work through 2018, and some people are very conscious and aware of the work that they're doing spiritually and where they're at on their life journey. And others have chose to come here to have a more detached experience, you know, where they're doing their work, but they don't so much consciously know that they're going through these spiritual lessons, okay? And So right here, I get the sense, Gemini, you guys have done a lot of work throughout 2018 and probably prior to 2018, maybe even back to 2016, because this is card 16 here. And now it's like, here comes 2019, and you're reaping the rewards of all those efforts. Some of you could have been feeling like you've just been spinning your wheels, and what's the point of doing things the right way, and all these things. And now here comes 2019, and it's all finally coming together. It's all coming to light, and you're elevating. And in that elevated state, Gemini, that's where we can start connecting to those rewards and those higher ideas that were only, abstract concepts a year ago, 2 years ago, and now here they're like finally becoming reality, or you're seeing how they can become reality. And big change inside of you. And this is like part of your destiny, part of the plan for this lifetime. Over here, look at this, the sun. We have children. Now, since this is going on inside of you, and this is like, what's going on in your life external, Gemini, first of all, some of you, just because we have the sun and the children, those of you who want to be parents and you're planning on that, this year could definitely be the year where we conceive a child, okay? We have 16, the 6th house, and then card number 6. So I'm going to just throw it out there that, between June and July of 2019 is like a really good time to conceive, or maybe some of you are, that's when you're having a new child come into your family, whether it's your own or you're becoming a grandparent, an aunt, an uncle, whatever. Some of you, it's like June, July, there's a new addition coming to the family, or we're conceiving, or there's a reconnection. Maybe if some of you who have had some estranged relationships with different family members, it's like that's finally healing. The time has come where we've both really grown and matured, and now we're coming back together. Okay, and for others of you, that is all about this just big shift and change inside of you, where we're recapturing our inner child, our purity, our innocence, that curiosity that I spoke about earlier in the reading, okay? Where it's like you just want to look under every single rock and peek in every little corner and window and just see and experience. And I don't know if you just heard the cat meowing. He had to chime in. And cats are curious, right? So just another iteration. Allow yourself that curiosity, Gemini. No matter what it is, just allow yourself to thoroughly explore intellectually, look into all kinds of different subjects and ideas and concepts that you would have never found interest in, or you just like, because it's like you're gonna find some things that really just kind of blow your mind, interest you, trigger you, open you up, change your ideas about things. Things that have been very concrete, very fixed in your mind, in your life, like that is shifting, that's changing. There's something new here. There's beautiful new energy rolling in for Gemini. So let's pull some more cards, Gemini, and keep adding to this. So we have the flamingo spirit, embrace the in-between. Oh, how perfect is that? This is card 26, so you have card 26 and card 16, and then 6. Oh my gosh, 26, 16, 6. It's like a progression of 10s, right? Yeah, 10s are all about cycles. So Gemini, I'm saying June, July, and maybe even starting in May, because the sun is the ruler of Leo. Leo is the ruler of the 5th house, which is about children, about our inner child, about our passion, our creativity, our happiness, our innocence, our purity, having children, planning children, family things. Like family is truly 4th house, but 5th house, that it does involve an element of children, like that innocence, that purity to it. So it's May, June, and July feel very, very lucrative for you guys. Over here, we have the moth spirit. Surrender to the now. Inside, Gemini. This is inside. Remember that. And that's the shifting, that change where, you know, different ideas and concepts that have been very concrete inside of you, they're breaking up, they're changing, and you might not want that initially, okay? But you've got to let it happen, Gemini. Just let the year really unfold. Even if you feel like, I've got to know what's coming, you know, I don't believe in the unseen, I'm very impatient, I've got to know right now, right now, right now. It's flow. I've got to flow. I've got to embrace the in-between, the unknown. The in-between is the unknown, Gemini. But be present in the now as we embrace this. Except I don't know what's up ahead, but I'm going to live in this moment right now today, and I'm not going to focus on, you know, 6 months, a year from now, because Gemini, this is all just going to flow. What I believe is we all have a destiny, like a path that we're going to be on throughout our life, and different things are going to happen at different points on this path, okay? But as we, you know, incarnate into this life, the path is barren. It just has a few signs and different stops along the way. As, you know, you grow and start becoming very active and participational, as you grow, you start shaping and coloring that path and creating all the different experiences and the way you'll perceive this whole journey, all right? It's a fixed path with very specific things, but you create the experience upon that path, okay? And you create the experience upon that path through your thoughts, through your emotions, through your vibration of energy. And 2019, I feel, it's very promising. It's a lot of positive energy, but it's also going to have an element of the unknown to it. And I think that might make you a bit nervous, Gemini, or there's a lot of newness to it, new beginnings, new people coming in, new children, new career path, new ideas, new perceptions. And so I feel like because there's so much new coming into your world in 2019, it leaves you a little bit insecure because it's not familiar footing and grounding. Even though it feels right, it's where you want to go, you're feeling pulled to it, it's the unknown. So it's a little bit scary because when it's unknown, you don't know what's going to happen, right? So it's like we're letting go of the familiar and embracing the new in 2019. Very, very nice, Gemini. Let's keep going. All right. Oh, look at that. Look at what just had to fly out as I said that. Look at that right there. We're just going to put it so that you can see it. Fresh start, the new, Gemini. 2019, if nothing else, is all about the new, and embrace it because it's part of your destiny. And the blessings coming your way are your rewards for past efforts, okay? It's like you're a new version of yourself in 2019, or emerging into a new version of yourself. Like the conception of this new version of you came in 2018, and like here you are now birthing into 2019. Fresh start, and there's just all kinds of new energy coming your way. So let's see what else is coming out, Gemini. Ooh, over here we have solitude, we have awakening, and we have contemplation. Look at that. Yeah, the old is out. Those of you who have life has been like slower, maybe you haven't had romance, you haven't had a lot of friends, you just haven't had a lot of anything, you know, maybe you were very focused on your career, whatever, or maybe just even feeling kind of disconnected and alone and lonely inside from everything else going on in your life. Well, there's this awakening happening, okay, inside of you, Gemini. And look at contemplation. Like I said, concrete fixed ideas and patterns of behavior and ways about going to do things, you're changing that. It's just a natural occurrence. You're in contemplation, you're and see how he's on the mountain there and he's above the clouds. above the clouds, like air sign, that's you. Very, very intelligent, clever, witty, genius. But Gemini, as smart as you are, you've got to let the new ideas, new ways, new perceptions in 2019, because it's taking you somewhere you want to be. For some of you, you're finally getting put in the spotlight somehow, some way, all right? Whoa, look at that. Lessons over here. Surrender and mask. So this is what's going on inside of you. Again, and remember, we're looking at the positive, Gemini. So this right here, lessons, you've already done your work. I promise you, you've already done your work. 2019 is about a fresh start, the new beginning, the rewards, the shift, the change, okay? But you got to surrender and let go of control, all right? And with the mask there, honestly, for me, that feels like a shedding of skin, because, oh, and Kitty just had to jump up there. I'm sorry about that. Let me make sure that... yes, okay, so I do not even know. I'm going to just close my door there. I'm sorry about that, Gemini. What I feel is the mask right there is a shedding of skin, because you have the moth too, okay? Caterpillar turns into a butterfly, turns into a moth, and the mask falls off. There's a new version of you. You've done your work, and now it's time to reap the reward of that, Gemini. It's like karmic return, the completion of a cycle. So let's pull some more cards. And you know, Kitty jumping in like that, I feel is very synchronistic. He has never done that before, and now he's just fighting to get up in here back to the reading. So Black Cat, very synchronistic for 2019. Just keep that in mind. Alright, so let's take a look at your advice. Trust your destiny. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Yep. Everything I pretty much just said, but let's read the card. It says, fear will not permit you to avoid the predestined. It is only a waste of energy. Remain determined. Do not allow love, passion, or strong belief to be tempered by fear of loss. Your destiny is your destiny, Gemini. All right, and that's pretty much what we've talked about this whole reading. Is your, you know, it's your path. You're on that path. You've done the work, and now it's time to receive that rewards. And even though it's going to feel very unfamiliar and completely different, it's all good stuff. Trust your destiny, Gemini. Trust it. So let's pull you one final card to wrap this up for 2019. Alright, so this is the artwork on the back of your card. They're all different, and you guys have a practice card, which is a cultivation card, and you guys have gratitude. And look at card number 26 again. Just saying. It says, if you want to turn your life around, try thankfulness. It will change your life mightily. Gratitude is a powerful kindness energy. When expressed outwardly by giving thanks for the richnesses brought to you by the other people, their service and contribution, your gratitude builds a feeling of kinship that breaks down all illusions of separateness. And, you know, in saying that with this card, break down all the illusions of separateness. The mask is falling off. With gratitude as like a advice for you to practice throughout 2019, it's not to say that you are not grateful, but this is like, take it to the next level. Be grateful that, you know, so here's an example. You're grateful because you can take a warm shower every day, and you have shampoo and conditioner and soap, and you can clean your body, and that's a blessing. But take it further, like, I'm grateful for, you know, the people who built the pipes that brought the water to me, and the water treatment plant that handles the water, that brings the water to me, and the hot water heater that heats the water for me, and, you know, just go on, and the towel that dries me and keeps me warm, and my hair dryer and my hairbrush, and just every single thing that is around you that makes your life more comfortable and convenient. Just start practicing really paying attention to that and feeling the gratitude in your heart for that, you know, because so many things we take for granted, and you know, that's just human nature, because it becomes a part of your everyday, and it just becomes so familiar that it's expected, right? I have some friends that can't even handle driving in a car without air conditioner when it's hot out, like just having the windows down, and I'm like, are you kidding me? You really? And they're like, really? And then I have to really think about it, and I'm like, well, I'm always cold, so I don't really ever use the AC, ever. So I have to keep that in mind. But also, if you, from birth to adulthood, you've always ridden in a car that has air conditioning, and that's what you're used to, that's your expectation. It's not in your mind that that is actually a privilege or a convenience that a lot of the other part of the world doesn't have. And so this is saying, take a deeper look, like really go deep, and everything around you that brings you convenience, that makes your life easier, that sustains your life, really feel the gratitude for it. Not just thank you for this meal I'm about to consume that's going to nourish and sustain my body. You know, go further. Like if you're eating out, you know, bless the hands that prepared this meal for me. Bless, you know, if you eat meat, bless the animals that provided me this meal. Bless the farmers that grew these vegetables that I'm consuming. You know, just let the web of your gratitude go far and wide in 2019, Gemini, because you're already on this like high pitch with the sun coming out, okay? But this is like your magic key where it just takes it up even higher, and it allows more positive energy to just flow right into your world all throughout 2019. So Gemini, trust in your destiny for 2019, because it's good, it's all there. Challenges that you face, you'll overcome them because you've learned a lot over the last couple of years, and you're transitioning into a whole new version of yourself in 2019. So Gemini, those are your messages. I am wishing you all the best. Take care.